no. And I think, sir, my mom like Bansintale Abaso. Sometimes, when you get them, give it to them, and no one know. Sometimes, unyom say ya, when you call, you're from somewhere, they won't come. I did a master conversation, interesting. I may bonny say, the accused of President Mahama and the former politician, not if you be. And I say, nay, ye come and cry attack and crop for some money ha. But then the other kind of was a mono, or not too many me. Men crack tiny. I did a Bansintale yen and no. Oh, yeah, no. I found that conversation as a son. And you know, Tia Metro TV, and Yanni say, yeah. And ka obeka something different. Fatu sumami. Oh yeah no. Bansintale exposing you no. I say, former President Mahama and his appointees bought state lands, and there's no law in Ghana that says that buying a state asset is a crime. If there is any such law, let anybody point me to it. And me do. Isahaku Chinia, MP, Sesala East constituency. Eti, nasa mo kan matise say or a law student. Or some say I am Rashebedwani. So, I don't think sir, this man will go on another platform to misbehave. Sir, about it we tone. Abanya padiani ya chewa yano adanu diani nyanti eni eto abatiae. And now politics of equalization, no Ghanaians, we don't need it now. Now, bread and butter abaye our biggest headache in Ghana. Bread and butter ni ebedi keke. Now adiani ebedi no akoda ni tipaye kese de amayen osodia no pa. I just saw Kosan Wadi. And Tiolabo Chinia, I think, sir, Kokwe last stop, yes, I don't cado. And today, see, you know, hey, one from state asset, but discussing the Menko. Menko, Coniasi. I said, what to swat to former sound of Tetchama Atom. Onobo Chinia, what to swat to form Asan or Tetchama Atafre. But a to the beer, as I said, Mama no create him as politicians. Once a day now, for the two Mabano Labour Party, boom, not in India she form because a junior Juma. It is a junior Juma, but they will never emreda. Junior Juma, but they know emreda. Okay, Mame, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia video on petrol increment. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia video on petrol increment. Ye catch and say ye the gold for oil backroom ha. Now gold for oil policy no, a policy ya. Ebe strengthen wabo 2015 dey now boy na. Gold for oil ebe strengthen. Ghana yen city no. Na ama yasai butter trader tete no. Na yen nananum ye because of say na ewiase enyanko nanim eti ade a wo pebie se eni wonu onyanko obi a na oni sika de beto a eni otu banche na de akwa kwaje bode obi de bode esesa enam eni jebidie na de ade nyina no etete na butter trade. But eni gold one commodity and depreciated by heart. But about the fang war, depending on the stranger or currency in it, you know. You bet me active fang goes on world market. But the Coco Bassa or currency in the Wadia love to increase the petroleum product locally, but internationally, no, na yatiso. Now, we were told to say, gold for oil policy, no, ever strengthen one yesikasem. Ama ya vane zai strengthen yesikasem na ebimo fuel so yenye cheap, which not some of us yenim sabi asem na the vice president eka no na nya sabi yenim Yeni kamo sa ne good for oil video no asa. Asana na vice president ekano sa de sika kokko ekwakoji fangwa bebu kamu na nyansam bi yenim some of us but kromo anam no sa wo kano crack red pania yeso di natam but akwasi bro ni nkotu gold and former meje oil Africa but ye krofo bi pe bi awia asisi adan bi amom gas na anye sika trom no wo be wi gold na kwakoton aka kire nse ye kwakoy butter trade. We were told that the gold for oil policy is the best way to go.
To interest you to know that since this program started, the Bank of Ghana has purchased 26 tons of gold at $1.73 billion. The government of Ghana Gold for Oil program, which also started in late December 2022, has purchased 16 tons of gold at $1.06 billion that has been available for the import of petroleum products. Together, the gold for reserves and the gold for oil programs have unlocked $2.79 billion to meet external payments of the country in just over a year. These two policies have allowed us to build foreign exchange reserves and pay for critical imports like fuel, stabilize the exchange rate. It is important to note that the $2.7 billion that we have unlocked is almost equivalent to the $3 billion loan that we have obtained from the IMF, which is going to be disbursed over 3 years. What is clear to me is that if we had started implementing these policies, say 20 years ago, Ghana would be in a very different situation today.
Okay, so Emra Nyansani call UPS say okwa now say both solutions and no ena ebeboa na Ghana economy not timejane na so no. We one of the policies ni bi okwa now say sika kokwa ebetimi adi chese akwakwe gold akwakwe ya sase and depreciate. But oil every 2 weeks yetimi kire say ida say yebenya increment na say be decrease no wase no mom no yemfa gold no kokwaji de yetimi ti so no. But ultimate koto gold no fan koto oil. 1963 and Dr. Sadifu Kwame Nkrumah adwe to ho edisi tema say yankoto raw crude no noa nienya commodities mako 7 to under NDC noa 7 million barrels of events and crude to under President Kufuor ya good to and ya cover private firm say omra no mesi to but the tiere say senka to ya juma eka yen fangu na etu okroma no yebetimi anwa bi ohanom ama se enso ye consumption ne kra na ne ebe kraba no ebe so a eba ne sa yen sika no ebenya hoodene. In 2015 President Mahama no a president ne time ya to fangu mu yentie Mahmoud Bawumia asem okai
happening in Ghana today, and you will have no conclusion but the fact that this NDC government is the most incompetent, uncaring and corrupt government this country has ever seen. Why do I say so? Last night I received the news, as all of you have received, that upon all the troubles we are going through and trying to survive this phenomenon that they have inflicted upon us for the last 3 years, they have decided to increase the price of fuel by 9%. How uncaring can you be? This is the government that said, I care for you. Where is the care? Don't you have any empathy for the suffering of our people? you have to increase in this period where people are trying to buy diesel, to run generators, businesses and individuals. This is your thank you to them, to increase further the price of petrol and diesel and other fuels. And this is why we are saying this is the most uncaring government.
Okay, so where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he is vying to become the president. He's the currently is the vice president, and he's also the captain or the manager of Ghana's economy on the Shenensa. This is the vice president. In 2015, no Iranian mate. Earlier to petrol, no say John Mahama, and now buying on carrying. Not just no woman really paho. Into how ye come pan President Mahama, and to make any mashable summer to call out to petrol. Mahmoud Bawumia Samunu. Now, I don't share the level of incompetence our President Mahama and administration has shown to Ghanaians. These are the words. If the then running mate, now the vice president, I'll settle 170 questions for the colleague. I'm not the colleague because I'm not a vice president, not a fight to become vice president. Was Satima need there will be no dinner so answer. But when him say this year alone, from January to May, I buy the 17 cities and a good petrol so. Now the end of Chairman's room, I have gone PLC. Come to Brabasha board meso. Sir, Debia, I buy a provided competition for the private sector. And anytime Biano, I buy near my crown for the private sector. But unfortunately, under this government, I buy near my board ding, the private sector. I don't think I say Goil, Ghana, ya Japadie. Yen Yakita majority shares in Goil. Nano pay I started 3 days ago. Oko Goil pumps now. This is how they are selling diesel on petrol products. Petrol no your high quality deal ho and you want a here for the kakra honum. But Oko Goil na near Tato Pano the Super XP 95. After incrementing about 3 days ago, no, the Super SP 95 1 liter akotobako 16 cedis. Diesel 15 cedis 25 pesos 1 liter. The same petrol SP no 95 no 15.1 15 cedis 10 pesos. Now for our calculator, the Super SP 95 no multiply 16 by 4.5 and then 4.5. Ubenya 72. Etene a buy a ton petrol gallon. Our gold PLC one pump no the amount no 72 cedis per gallon. And on nam no ka say one decide the table no call no for no. O call no for say Mama Baby did 4 years in Tijuana. No. I think I have it here. Tio, the vice president and the judge say what the bold solution be ba. Yanko ton ye gold and I for your gold in your party yanko kwaji fango famara. Now I don't know what I'm a price no abba from. But ever since me, the same government institutional you found gold. I found one di drag my minimum yen no. 1 ton petrol gallon de 72 cedis. Abano a ton petrol at the minimum yen 72 cedis. Meanwhile, when you go to the private event companies na OM6 na and yes I no ton no. Eti abano interest ne say obe pu minimum yen kom. etenye private sector obi say e bia star oil no me na ba wo de ofo me betimi atobia me kada kra me to petrol gold because me timi afford this hard year. Now how many liters and me to e be fill me tank? How many liters and me to e be fill me tank? And this is the manner okacha yen say yen for mine mano petrol ye to petrol 72 cities over brown 72 ana 72 ebia na chire the super XP 95 a petrol product 72 cities. Now Dr. Mahmoud Bamianam no the northern part of Ghana and the tribal I don't know minimum how we no akwakoye the two northerners and a prakunyano. The last time I said me say whether umpo Ghana 2025 you be a northern president and you news because you never be paying me wa but the game be a ekoso as a game no near obona no the vice president no and no boss a game no na game ni nyina ne say o me nuanom say yin na yesimfo na afia boto ayedwe eyesimfo mienu na ekwa but esimfo mienu ekwa kogina no ba ku okwanya se obeti ogina ba ku a obesa kobiem me the video na to ba ku okwanya se so ogina ba ku a obesa kobiem but ba ku ne de se ogina ba ku ni odi a ontimi sama biem esamo pe northern president dia and the one poor beer obeti me ko 8 years na sem ni nyina niye forgetting that ninia no what can you one term bo anambwa what can you one term it wano su kokonya second term kwanya 8 years it wano su so ba enye 88 enye kufa na ka order be die so all 8 no be 8 adawo do wi yentie no
important one. We are two main contestants, myself and my main opponent. My main opponent has already been president before. He has been there before. I have not yet been president. But if he comes back, he can only be president for 4 years. By the grace of God, if I come, I can be president for 8 years. But what we know is that the presidency is coming to the north. One way or the other, a northerner is going to be president. But when it leaves the north, we don't know when it will come back. It will take a long time to go through other regions before it comes back to the north. So if it is coming to the north, do we want it for 8 years or for 4 years? Do we want 8 years or 4 years? I believe that if we get it for 8 years, and with the support of people like Abujinapo, Clifford Briner, As Bansintale, Dr. Chanso, all your children who will come.
Nyaka ningira mogo. Men kase nse hunu. Ebe kasa wepani. Nyaka ningira dai. Mogo. Mitimi kase nse hunu. No. Mitimi kasa. What yasem na waka no? Wako north. Instead say the northern part of Ghana. Ejuma 8 years in ye. And 7.5 years. 7.7 years in ye. Say or 7 months in ye. 7.7 mun ye. Ejuma kawaye. Ache se ama sa friend is saying rural urban migration no so betie no. Nek wetimi akeka kire wom. It is not by the number of leadership and yet the number of years abe serve you. How well abe serve. And then the good people of the northern Ghana, woman the taste of John Mahama's presidency, oma tasty be paying. And woman send yet here. I didn't conquer yes, ye northern candidate, ye northerner, why president? John Mahama, I president. Why northerner? Or Fico. when one free voter region one free fante why not na eti sa ye kita ye de benya no na tienya de beko 8 years no it is neither here nor there petrol na odi akọ 72 cedis no na ka akọ no chechiri ma chiro me say e ba ne say say be for petrol 14 cedis per gallon na de akọ 72 cedis bi some say adro de tutu yese brush ye de ye to adro to so no 2016 na ye to me say okon bi some say ye say bi some say watermelon ye dem say no part of Ghana dey watermelon pa and na watermelon business e ko say bi some say millet business no e ko say yet the criminal can say Paul Dam in the northern part of Ghana is the biggest in our history. Yesha na budi ntro eti mamudu election 2024 enye tribal lines ne yako we esemni a all 8 years any semni all 4 years enye no ne yako ha sebi obi anadwem kura na ho ene obedi Ghana so na Ghana bedi here ene yeden yehwehwe titum say you have failed your people after say uji musika and what about see edem bi osro hanom edem mom say kai training center